In a little district of Washington Square, a colony of artists settled, attracted by Lawrence in the buildings abandoned by the company's prosperous until the crash. At the top of squatty three-story brick, Sue and John C. had their studio. They had met in May and enjoyed each other's company so much that the joint studio resulted. In November, a cold unseen stranger, whom the doctors called pneumonia, stalked about the colony, touching one here and there with his icy fingers. Johnsy, her teen blood was no match for Mr. Pneumonia. Sue besides with herself with worry, and the only shoulder to cry upon was old Berman, a painter who lived on the ground floor below them. Berman was failure in art. He wielded the brush for how many years and always to paint a masterpiece that had never yet begun it. He drank into excess and regarded himself as a guard dog of sorts to protect the two young women in the studio above.
Good afternoon, Miss Sue.
Oh, good afternoon, Mr. Berman. Any luck with your paintings today?
Oh no, nothing. Let me help you with your groceries.
Oh, thank you, but I think your hand is full enough.
By the way, Mr. Berman, where have you been?
Well, I brought this to Washington for my good friends. Thank you.
Wow, Mr. Berman, this is beautiful. Is it new?
Yeah, I painted today. I could have sold it too for $20.
$20? Why didn't you?
Berman said, "It's not for a woman like that. She only wants a painting because it matches the colors of her spa."
Yes, but for $20.
You want the money? Be a banker. You want misery? Be a painter like me. How is she? Miss Johnsy, I mean.
I made her some soup. She seems getting worse. The doctor is his way.
Such a foolish girl, painting out in the cold like that for hours, and now she gets a pneumonia and perhaps die. I'm sorry, I mean she has a gift for painting. Tell her I will pray for her.
Thank you, Mr. Berman.
One morning, the busy doctor spoke to Sue alone in the hall, where Johnsy could not hear.
She has a very small chance. He said she has chance if she wants to live. If people don't want to live, I can't do much for them. Is there something that is troubling her?
She always wanted to go to work and paint a picture of the day of neighbors.
Pain? Not pain. Is there anything worth being troubled? A man?
Man? Is a man hurt? No, doctor, there is none.
It is weakness. Then I will do all I know how to do.
But when a sick person begins to feel that he's going to die, half of my work is useless. Talk to her about new winter clothes. If she were interested in the future, her chances would be better, the doctor said. Johnsy lay there, very thin and very quiet. Her face was turned towards the window. Johnsy's eyes were open wide. She was looking out the window and counting.
12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7. Johnson, you should not bother anymore. I don't want soup. You should eat to gain your energy.
Sue looked out the window. What was there to count? There was only the side wall of the next house, a short distance away. The wall had no window. An old tree grew against the wall. The cold breath of winter had already touched it. Almost all its leaves had fallen from its darkened branches.
6. Johnson, what is it?
They are falling faster now. 3 days ago, there were almost 100.
Johnson said it hurt her head to count them, but now it's easy. There goes another one. There are only 5 now, she said. Survive what? Tell me.
Lives on the tree.
Johnsy said, if the last one falls, I must go too. I've known that for 3 days. Didn't the doctor tell you?
Oh, I never heard such a thing. It doesn't make any sense.
What does an old tree have to do with you? Or with you getting well? And you used to love the tree so much. Don't be a little fool. The doctor told me your chances for getting well. He told me this morning. He said you had very good chances. Try to eat a little now. And then I'll go back to work. And then I can sell my picture. And then I can buy something more for you to eat to make you strong. Johnsy said that she wants to see the last one fall before night. Then she will go too. Try to sleep. I must call Berman to come up here. I want to paint a man in this picture. And I'll make him look like Berman. I won't be gone a minute. Don't try to move till I come back.
What? Are there such fools? Do people die because leaves drop off a tree? I have not heard of such a thing. No, I will not come up and sit while you make a picture of me. Why? Do you allow her to think such a thing? That poor little Johnsy.
She is very sick and weak. The sickness has put these strange ideas into her mind. Mr. Berman, if you won't come, you won't. But I don't think you're very nice.
Who said I will not come? I come with you. This is not any place for someone as good as Jancy to lie sick. Someday, I shall paint my masterpiece and we shall all go away from here.
Johnsy woke up and wanted to see the leaves on the wall.
It is the last one.
Johnsy said, I thought it would surely fall during the understanding. I heard the wind. It will fall today, and I shall die at the same time. The next morning, Johnsy wants to open the curtain again. She saw the last leaf stay on the wall, even the wind was blowing. I've been a bad girl, Sue. It is wrong to want to die. Sue, someday I hope to paint the Bay of Naples, Johnsy said. The next day, the doctor said a good news for Johnsy and Sue.
The chances are good. Give her good care and she will get well. And now, I must see another sick person in this house. His name is Berman, a painter. I believe pneumonia too. Mike is an old, weak man, and he's very ill. There is no hope for him, but we take him to the hospital today. We'll make it as easy for him as we can.
The next day, the doctor came back and said that she was fine now and just need a little care. And that afternoon, Sue came to the bed where Johnsy lay. I have something to tell you. Mr. Berman died of pneumonia today in the hospital. He was ill only 2 days. Someone found him on the morning of the first day in his room. He was helpless with pain. His shoes and his clothes were wet as cold as ice. Everyone wondered where he had been. The night had been so cold and wild. And then they found some things. There was a light that he had taken outside. And there were his materials for painting. There was paint, green and yellow paint. Look out the window, dear, at the last leaf on the wall. Didn't you wonder why it never moved when the wind was blowing? Oh, my dear, it is Berman's great masterpiece. He painted it there the night that the last leaf fell.